Hello, good morning, students. You're most welcome in the VVC online classes, of computer. So, Blooming Birds School Co-Education School here, and presented by Ramesh sir. Okay. So, in this chapter, computer application for the class 9th. Okay. The chapter number first, introduction to object oriented programming concept. So, I will discuss first chapter. Okay. So first of all, I will see the content in chapters. So number one, evolutions of software. Second, generation of computer languages. Third, programming paradigm. And inside in the first one is a modular and procedure programming. After that, object oriented programming, I will discuss. 4 point, the basic concept of OOPS. OOPS means object oriented programming concept. So first object, second class, third encapsulation, fourth data abstractions, fifth inheritance, and sixth polymorphism. So one by one I will discuss. Okay. First, evolution of software. The software evolution is important because the world organization has invested a large amount of money in the software and are completely depend on this software. So can you student tell to me without computer which type of life? It means without mobile your life. So can you accept? No. So most important part that time of mobile and computer. So every company, everything's all involved and every work also depend on the mobile and computer. Okay. Computer program. So first, what is the computer program? I will see. Computer program is a set of instruction. Instruction means the command, and order to complete a specific task. Task means method, right? What is the program? Program can be written in any computer programming language. So any language you can write. So that is the program. Computer languages. So computer can understood only 0 and 1s, right? Instructions written in this form is called a binary and machine language. So student, I know computer language always the 0 and then 1. So that is 0 and then 1 is called the binary language, right? After then, computer language we are introduced which are so close to the human. It means so closer to human, like user friendly. So this language is called the high level language, right? Program written in high level language get converted into the machine language with the help of translator. It means translator always used to convert the high level language code into the machine level language code. Right? What is the translator? It means the transitions of codes. So I will see. Program written in a high level language are translated using the compiler and interpreter to the machine language. It means the compiler and interpreter always convert the source code to machine code. It means the high level language code convert into machine level language code with the help of compiler and interpreter. So I will see compiler. Compiler convert the code written in high level language into the machine code. It's one go. Okay, where interpreter statement by statement check. It means we can say like compiler always check full program. Okay, compile the full program, and interpreter line by line and statement by statement check the program. What is the code? Source code. So code written in a high level language is called the source code. It means what you write in a high level language is called the source code. After then, what is the object code? So translated code which computer can understand are called the object code. Okay, it means the translator convert the code. After then, this code is called the object code, right? After then, the person who created the programming code is called the programmer. It means the program. It means those person write the program, so it's called the programmer. And what is right, so this is programming. Type of programming languages. So there are the two types of programming languages. One is a low level language and second is a high level language. So here we can see low level language and high level language. So low level language is a machine language and assembly language, and high level language third generation language, fourth generation language and fifth generation language, right? First of all, I will discuss the low level language. So machine language, computer can understand only 0 and 1 instructions written in this form is called the binary machine and machine language. It means the binary language and machine language. Like the example 0, 1. So what the write only 0 and then 1, this type of language is called binary and machine languages. So one important point, writing program in a machine language is not easy to task. It means the very difficult to read those program you write in machine language. Okay, it means 0 and then 1. This is very typical for the reading. After then, assembly language. So low level language is using the symbolic code which is the more understandable than machine language. Symbolic code means like a symbol. Okay, so any type of symbol, so machine of operating system easily read and easily understood of symbolic code. So this assembly language also called the low level language. Like example add, sub, this type of code. Okay. After then, high level language. When we speak about program, we probably think about the peoples who write program in a high level language. It means this is a user friendly language and easily we understood. So this type of languages, I write the program in this type of languages. So it's called the high level language. So high level language is like the English language. So we can easily understood and we can easily implement also in this language. And no knowledge of the hardware is needed to create, as it is machine independence. So we can say that without hardware means no requirement of the hardware of high level language, right? After that, source code written in a high level languages must be compiled and interpreted into the machine code in order to run. Means what you write, anything you write in high level language, so after then compile and interpret, this is compulsory of every language. Why? Because there is a high level language and high level language convert to the machine language with the help of compiler and interpreter. After then, every language has a generated set of rules, instruction. So this is called syntax, right? Like example of high level language, C, C++, Java, Python, Oracle, PLSQL, etc. After then, generation of computer language. So I will discuss the history of computer language. There are the 5 generations of the programming language. They are: number 1, first generation language. So they are the low level language like machine languages or binary language, 0 and then 1. Second language, they are the low level assembly language used in kernel and hardware drive. Okay, kernel means the operating system. So this is easily understood of operating system of assembly language. Third generation language, they are the high level language like C, C++, Java, Visual Basic, etc. So this type of third generation language. Fourth generation languages, they are the language that is consist of statements that are similar to the statement of human language. It means this is a human language like English language, and we can say this is a advanced language as a comparison to the third generation language. So like Perl, Python, SQL, Oracle. Okay, it means the database languages. This is a fourth generation language. Fifth generation language, they are the programming language that have visual tool to develop a program. For example, Mercury, OOPS, Fifth, Paralog, artificial intelligence, robots. It means itself doing work, not a requirement. Okay, it means you already make the tool and itself doing work. So fifth generation is an advanced language, more advanced languages. Not. It means you please see now. The first two generation language are called the low level language. The next three generation language are called the high level language. Okay. After then I will discuss the programming paradigm. Okay. So the procedure oriented programming approach allow the programmer to apply the logical using the number of method. It means before the OOPS means object oriented programming language. So before the OOPS, so always source code you write in a procedure. So procedure always implement the logic and number of function we use here, not a requirement of data and object. Only logical implement and number of method we implement here, right? So number of methods and function. So many instructions are written to carry out the tasks. Okay, task means methods. They are the instruction group to from function. It means many function only. So procedure language always depend on the function implementation, right? Function take more important than the data item, right? After then modular. So modular programming is the process of subdividing a computer program into the separate subprogram. It means you have the large problem and divide it to in small one. So this type of process of programming is called the modular programming, right? Advantages: easy to use, reusable, and easy to maintenance. Okay. After then I will discuss object oriented programming. So first I will discuss object oriented programming aims to implement real world entity. Real world entity means object like inheritance, hiding, polymorphism, etc. in the programming. The main aim of OOPS is to bind together the data and function. It means bind the data and function, okay, in a single unit, and after then give the security to the program. Object oriented programming versus procedure oriented programming. So we can say the short form OOPS and POP. So what is the difference? So number one difference, POPs, procedure. In POPs, program is divided into a small part is called the function. So every program divided in a small part in a function. and oops, the program is divided into the part is called the object. So here the program divided in the form of objects. Second, the poops does not have any proper way for hiding data, so it is the less secure. How to hide the data? So this is very complicated. So it means you can say the less secure as a comparison to oops. So I will discuss in oops. Oops provide the data hiding, so provided the more secure. Why? Because the here use the encapsulation and stick rule also. Here the sum of example of pops. C, Visual Basic, Fortran, Pascals, okay. And here the example of oops, C, C++, Java, VB.NET, C, Sharp, C has .NET, Oracle, Python, Perl, so many languages. Okay. Thank you. Have a nice day. Okay. Bye.